जब हम देखें लोकसभा सीट बीजेपी के पास है, तो ऐसे में बीजेपी पूरी कोशिश करेगी कि इस क्षेत्र में तमाम विधानसभा जो असेंबली सीट्स हैं, असेंबली सेगमेंट्स हैं, उन पर जीत हासिल कर सके। देखिए, बीजेपी के वरिष्ठ नेता अमित शाह ने लगातार इस क्षेत्र में काम किया है। लगातार उनकी तैयारी जो है पिछले 6 महीने या 7 महीने से शुरू हो चुकी थी इस क्षेत्र में। उन्होंने यहाँ पर करीब 35 सीटों का एक टारगेट दिया है पार्टी को, और ये मानकर चल रहे हैं कि अगर इस क्षेत्र में 35 सीटें बीजेपी जीतने में कामयाब होती है तो बीजेपी के लिए।
There you can see on your screens, Prime Minister Narendra Modi's roadshow has begun. This is Mysuru. It is going to be like a recreation of the world-famous Dasara festival of Mysuru. You can see the culture of Karnataka is going to be on display as Prime Minister, accompanied by Pratap Sinha, Ram Das and Ishwarappa on the campaign vehicle, is now taking to the road in Mysuru. Madhav, it's over to you for the latest from ground.
ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಆವಾಗಿತ್ತು 2009
ನಾನಿದ್ದೆ ಅವಾಗ ಇನ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಫುಲ್ ಬರೀ ವಿಧಾನಸೌಧ ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತಲೇ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಹಾಗೆ ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ರಿ.
You can hear Madhav there trying to speak to the supporters of the BJP. You can see how thousands have lined up on the sides of the road to get a glimpse of the Prime Minister as he hits the campaign trail in Mysuru. You can see this region has been traditionally a Congress and a JDS bastion. There's a very prominent Vokaliga vote bank in this region. The BJP is now trying to consolidate further the toehold that it has managed to find in this region in the past elections. This area that once belonged to the Congress, then Congress had lost its support that it had major chunk of it to anti-incumbency. And now BJP planning to build on that toehold this time around. Madhav is trying to gauge the mood on the ground. It's over to him.
Leadership. Okay. ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಮೋದಿ ನೋಡಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀರಾ. What is the specialty of Modi? Why have you come here today? Can you tell us?
He makes something special to youths. So.
What about him attracts the youths? What is it that about Prime Minister that attracts the youths? According to Kannadalli.
Youth,
English. You can tell in English also. So, what is it that makes that has brings youth like you over here today?
He is digitalized the India and makes and a lot of.
Here you have a couple of voters who are a little shy of speaking, but clearly interesting that she said that he is somebody who the youths look up to. Digitizing India is something that one particular person was very interested in. Let's just see if we can speak to a few more people over here and get a sense from them as to what they have to say, why are they interested. Sir, Modi is coming here today. Yeah, tell us, why are people coming here in large numbers? What is interesting about Modi for citizens here in Mysore?
Senator Modi is our country is a great man. Modi is my favorite.
Okay. But do you think his presence will make a difference in this election over here in Mysore, in old Mysore region? Because this is an area where BJP has not been very strong. So you think it will make some difference for BJP?
Yeah, 100%.
What is different this time?
Modi leadership is our nation is safe.
Okay. So with Modi's leadership, the nation is safe. He's impressed with Modi. That's the perspective of this other gentleman over here. Just you look at this entire road. If you can just see what is there over here, you can see all perspectives of this road. We've been bringing you, from early in the evening, and the numbers have really swelled up over the last few hours, and people waiting on both sides for the Prime Minister to arrive. In fact, the roadshow beginning on the other end where Imran is. The Prime Minister, in fact, arriving over there. And clearly, of course, along this 4-kilometer route, we expect the Prime Minister to cover it in about 45 minutes to an hour's time. That's the information that we have. Very, very significant that the local leaders such as Pratap Sinha, Ishwarappa, Ramdas are in the vehicle with the Prime Minister, as in fact Imran has been telling us. And interesting to see the kind of presence over here. Will the Prime Minister's presence make a difference as far as old Mysore region is concerned? That's a very, very big question, because this is the one area where the BJP has traditionally not been extremely strong. They have made inroads in limited numbers in certain pockets of of the old Mysore region, but not in the kind of response that they have received, for instance, in the northern part of the state, where the Lingayat community has come out very strongly to back the BJP. Will they be able to replicate that kind of success in the southern part of the state? That's what we need to watch out for. Of course, the Prime Minister is the biggest trump card as far as the BJP is concerned when it comes to its own electoral prospects. But clearly this time round, what will happen on ground in southern Mysore and old Mysore region, that's something that is very, very significant that we'll have to watch out for. Nevertheless, the Prime Minister's carpet bombing over here continues. His campaign in Kolar, his campaigning in Channapatna, his campaigning in Hassan earlier today, and ending the day, as it were, in Mysore at the moment. So very significant over here to see the impact, not just in these three constituencies that the Prime Minister is going to be taking this roadshow through, but also the impact on neighbouring constituencies that will be seen. So that is as far as the Prime Minister's roadshow is concerned, expected here in about half an hour from now, given that the roadshow has begun as far as the gun house circle is concerned, and right up till this highway circle where we're currently at, where the Prime Minister is expected to culminate the entire roadshow in about half an hour from now. A lot of excitement, a lot of people gathered over here. We will keep bringing you more and more voices, but for the moment this is the kind of festive atmosphere that you can hear behind me, the various sets of drums that are going off, dancers in different parts as well who've been brought in over here, and people certainly excited here to wait and catch a glimpse of the Prime Minister. Back to you, Priya.
Right. A lot of people that you've spoken to, Madhav, are talking about national issues. That there was a lady earlier who spoke about 370. There are people now who are saying we feel secure when we talk about the leadership of the Prime Minister. Do you think once Modi enters into the fray, the focus is going to now shift from regional issues to national issues, and it is not going to be about Yediyurappa or the regional leadership, but Prime Minister Narendra Modi?
Well, absolutely. Let's get in a sense from these people here. This election alli nim prakara main issues enide, main vishayagalu enide in election alli.
ಈ ಚುನಾವಣೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮೋದಿ ಅದು ಬಹುಮತದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಜೆಪಿ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಯಾರ ಒಂದು ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಕಾರ ರಚನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಜನಗಳ ಆಸೆ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದ ಇದೆ.
ಯಾಕೆ ವಿಷಯ ಏನಿದೆ, ಇಶ್ಯೂಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ?
ತುಂಬಾ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕೆಲಸಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಶಾಲಾ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗಾಗ್ಲಿ, ರೈತರಿಗಾಗ್ಲಿ, ವೃದ್ಧರಿಗಾಗಲಿ, ಅನಾಥರಿಗಾಗಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅನುಕೂಲತೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಮಟ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಭಾರತ ದೇಶನ ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಮಟ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ತರೋ ಮಟ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಮೋದಿ
ಒಳ್ಳೆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ, ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ವಿದ್ಯಾವಂತರಿಗೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಬಡ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಉದ್ಧಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಬಡ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಷ್ಟಗಳನ್ನು ಅರಿತಂತ ಒಬ್ಬ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ, ಯಾವುದೇ ದುರಹಂಕಾರ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಒಬ್ಬ ನಿಷ್ಠಾವಂತ ರಾಜಕಾರಣಿ ಅಂತ.
Okay, so the personal qualities of the Prime Minister he is enlisting, he says that he believes that he has for the downtrodden, and therefore that is one thing that he feels is going to be going to play a huge importance, apart from the fact that his leadership has helped improve the image of the party. Nim prakara ಏನು ವಿಷಯಗಳಿದೆ ಈ ಚುನಾವಣೆಯಲ್ಲಿ, ದೊಡ್ಡ ವಿಷಯಗಳು ಏನಿದೆ?
ನಮ್ಮ ಮೋದಿಯವರೇ ಇದು ಪ್ರಧಾನಿಯವರು ಬಂದಿದ್ದರಿಂದ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಬಲ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಬಿಜೆಪಿ ಸರ್ಕಾರ 2023 ನಮ್ಮ ಬಿಜೆಪಿ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಬರ್ತದೆ.
So he's also confident that the BJP government will come. We're just trying to get a sense from all of these voters. For each voter it is very different, and it is very personal to that extent. Well, someone spoke about 370 earlier that we were speaking to. These voters are here purely for the personality of the Prime Minister, which they feel in fact is the most important reason for them being present over here. And certainly, of course, their presence over here they feel will make a difference. Will it matter, and will it actually happen on the day that votes are cast on the 10th of May? That's something that we'll only know on the 13th, but certainly at the moment the BJP is certainly trying to make the most of the Prime Minister's presence over here and try and ensure that they're able to spin this into an electoral victory for them. What happens, of course, remains to be seen.
Right. JVC Sriram is joining us on the broadcast as well. He is a political strategist. Coming to the Modi factor in Vokaliga heartland, JVC Sriram, today we saw there was a major blowback for the Congress when it came to the snake jab that was hurled by Kharge earlier. And now it looks like the Congress is changing its strategy and talking about bringing attention back to the corruption, with today Priyanka Gandhi going ahead and saying, you know, the Prime Minister talks about abuses, he doesn't talk about corruption. Is it a Congress doing a course correction, looking at the kind of support Prime Minister Narendra Modi gets from the people?
Yes, but at the same time, again, they're on the wrong wicket. See, let us understand that Congress talking about the corruption is not going to cut eyes with the people. It was in your Times Now show, I said that 85% commission Sarkara should not make false allegations of 40% commission, which has not been proved. It has not been proved in the courts of law, and even the person who has been accused, Mr. Ishwarappa, has been exonerated. So Congress playing this card is actually going to be counterproductive for them. To me, the Congress campaign in this election in the last, say, around 1.5 months, 45 days, they've been running like an headless chicken. They've been having, running from one non-issue to another non-issue. They realized that PCM campaign was not working. 40% commission was not working because it was not proven. Then they went to Nandini versus Amul. Now, none of these are issues which are going to matter on the ground. And then they came out saying that guarantee card. I have been on the ground. Trust me, I have not seen a single guarantee card till now. I have traveled to different parts of Karnataka. So I have not seen guarantee card. And today, Mr. Narendra Modi, I think he bowled a bouncer. And I don't think they can duck it so easily. Because Mr. Narendra Modi said 2004, you came to power promising that you are going to do direct benefit transfer to the farmers. You were there in 2004, you were there in 2009, and your guarantee remained only on the paper. But we didn't give a guarantee, but in 2019, we decided to give 6,000 rupees per year to a farmer. And here in Karnataka state government gives another 4,000 rupees, which means we are giving 10,000 rupees to the farmer. So we, even what we have not promised, we have given that as a guarantee to the farmers of the people of Karnataka. But unfortunately, you went back on your guarantee. Now, these are the kind of campaigns which are going to make a real resonance with the people of Karnataka. Now, I know pretty well that there is an anti-incumbency which has been there. I know this fake allegations of 40% commission has been steadily been making by Congress people, and the Congress promises are extremely attractive. But still, I think the star campaigner, the man of the moment, is certainly Modi. And he is carrying the entire Karnataka battle on his shoulders. And that is absolutely visible. In fact, yesterday, I was having a little bit of skepticism because was there that euphoric moment in his campaign? Yesterday, somewhere it was missing. In Bengaluru, we could see it. But today, from the morning, we've been seeing an electrifying campaign. And look at the kind of response. And the moment Mr. Modi enters into the campaign, he changes the narrative. People immediately talk about, as you rightly said, and also we heard people talking about, say, national security, Ram Mandir, Article 370. At the same time, the local BJP leaders, they will have to do a lot of heavy lifting again, which I am not very sure they're doing or not. Because the local BJP state government has done a lot of benefits, given a lot of benefits. The Raita Vidya scholarship, which is ranging from 2,500 rupees to 11,000 rupees per child, has been provided to 11 lakh students. So what 725 crores has been given. Now, these needs to be highlighted. And the Jal Jeevan, 65% of rural Karnataka today has access to water in just the last 4 years. And they also need to highlight, because Mr. Narendra Modi has highlighted, but in the remaining 224 constituencies, they need to highlight. The Siddaramaiah government, the Kumaraswamy government did not provide the beneficiaries list to the state government for Kisan Samleen, and hardly 75 farmers received 6,000 rupees per year. But after Mr. Yediyurappa's government was formed and then Bhumai government was formed, today more than 54 lakh people are getting 6,000 rupees per year, which they were deprived of. So all this needs to be carried to the people.
Okay.
It needs to be nailed and hammered in every campaign by the BJP leaders. Yeah.
But when it comes to a state like Karnataka, the caste equations are also very important. Do you think that this beneficiary vote bank, as it has come to be known now, can counter the caste equations to work in BJP's favor?
See, Congress is the one which is worrying now. Congress has got a solid vote bank of around 13% of Muslims, and they've got a sizable Kuruba population. These are the two sets of people who are supporting Congress and solidly supporting Congress. Lingayats are not moving away from BJP. Okaliga is the one unit which we need to wait and watch, because Okaligas have been steadfast with Kumaraswamy. But in a parliamentary election, they have moved away from Kumaraswamy and Jevagowda and went to BJP. Now, Kumaraswamy has not even hit the campaign trail. And I can see that there is a lot of demotivated cadres of JDS in Old Mysuru region. Where are they going? Where are they moving? That is a factor which we need to look at.
Right.
And if you look at SC, it is three-way divided. 1 minute. SC is three-way divided. Right goes to Congress, but the left and the touchables are with BJP. So BJP also has got a solid caste coalition or a social coalition as on today.
Right. Madhavan Narayanan also joins us on the broadcast. Sir, I would like to ask you the question that has been put forth by JVC Sriram. Which way is the Vokka Liga vote going to go? We've seen that BJP is making a concerted effort. All the rallies that you've seen in the recent past have been in the areas where BJP does not have a traditional stronghold. Do you think that they can gain on the Vokka Liga votes that are now dissatisfied perhaps from the Congress and the JDS?
It is a very good question, but there are no easy answers. I can only take an intelligent guess, especially because I'm sitting far away, but even people in the belt cannot think about it so easily. You know, we had factors like the Sumalata factor, the Nandini controversy over milk farmers being upset with some of the statements made by Mr. Amit Shah on Amul, which seemed like a hegemonic or bulldozing of a local brand by the national brand. Or we also, of course, I already mentioned the Shivakumar factor. He's a Vokka Liga, so people like to have, you know, based on a social network principle, people like to have one of their own kind as chief minister in the hope that things will be getting done through a community network, and that also works in favor of Congress. But the JDS factor might be faced, you know, as Mr. Sriram explained. If there are fence-sitters or people who feel, especially because there is a matching of wits between BJP and JDS, and since Mr. Amit Shah says that JDS will not be part of any government, people might say, okay, this is not going to work for me, and therefore let me cast my vote in favor of BJP. But it's not as easy as it sounds, because there will be a lot of tactical voting, and like I said, Vokka Ligas are a fairly aware lot. They're not a typical vote bank. The Dalits are more of a vote bank. Vokka Ligas are fluid.
Right.
So to that extent, they will keep their options open. And sometimes I know it, having covered many general elections, that Indian voters, especially rural voters, can sometimes keep their options open as late as the night before voting.